Don't you miss when men like died in wars? Like, what happened to men? They used to be so masculine. They used to provide and protect for their loved ones, for their wives. And now they're so sassy and feminine. Men are so in their feelings. They have the audacity to be asking you, what do you bring to the table? Like, it's giving broke. Like, if you're broke, just say that. If you're making under 50K a year, you should not be dating. Period. Like, the only thing a woman brings to the table is her existence and her presence, and that's it. If a man is asking for stupid things like reciprocation and equal effort, go be gay. Like, go date a man. If the joy of simply providing for a woman isn't enough for you, you like men. Fuck me. Well, that was painful. But hi! Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be discussing something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. Soft life, soft girl era, soft guy era, Shera 7, sprinkle sprinkle, drizzle drizzle. We're going to be talking about all those things, but the most pressing topic today is soft guy era. Or the sassy man apocalypse, depending on who you ask. If you don't know, the soft guy era is a trend on TikTok where there's some guys who are promoting this lifestyle of picking and choosing to date women who are financially well off, as opposed to broke women, as in women who are not financially well off. The men in the TikToks will say something along the lines of, women who make 50K a year or less should not be dating men. She has to pay all of his bills, cover all of his expenses, just take care of him financially so that he can live a well-off life.
I go on a date with a female and the bill comes and I look at it and I say, it was so good to see you and everything. She don't pick up the bill and she said, oh, you're not gonna pay for it? I said, what? Drizzle drizzle, I'm not gonna pay for anything. That's giving me an ick. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you should be paying for the bill. You could just say you're broke, but you could just say you're broke because I got a maid, I got a chef, I got an assistant. I don't really need a woman. So if you're broke, you can just say so.
You hear I'm taking an Uber to the airport and your first move is not to open up Venmo and send me money? Are you even a real woman? And then you find out I'm on a commercial flight and you don't immediately charter me a private jet? I know my worth, drizzle drizzle. I'm in my soft guy era. I want to be pampered. And if you're broke, just say that.
It's 2024. I'm in my soft guy era. So the man is traditionally supposed to pay. Okay, if you're broke, just say that.
Now that I'm in my soft guy era, I'm starting to realize you guys actually do need us. We actually are the prize. You guys beg us, when are you gonna take me serious? Never. How about that? Never. I'm never taking you serious because you're not paying for anything. You're just broke as shit, and then you want me to take you serious and date you. No. Pick up a bill.
Now, before we get into why this is such a big deal and why so many women are angry about it, we're gonna have to get into the lore, the backstory. Why is this such a big deal? What are these terms like soft girl, soft guy era, soft life, Shera 7, sprinkle, sprinkle, drizzle, drizzle? Let's get into it. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, you know the drill. Let's just get into it. So, the soft life is defined by the act of simply living a life with less stress, worry, or concern for your well-being. Basically, you live a life that's well off, relaxing, happy, go lucky, yip diddy doo dah, just peak happiness, relax. A life that's good for your cortisol levels and blood pressure. Basically, soft life, good life. Now, the term soft girl era is defined as an era in which a woman chooses to have only kind, loving, gentle people in her life. It's basically making an effort to live a happy, peaceful, supportive life. On TikTok, it's characterized by the feminine aesthetic, not wanting to be a boss babe anymore, wanting to be a stay-at-home mom, and not wanting to work, outside, wanting to take care of the kids and whatnot, just like being, in that sense of being traditionally feminine. To be fair, the Urban Dictionary definition doesn't say that you have to be feminine to have a soft girl life. It's just very characterized heavily by traditional femininity and whatnot. In dating, to embody this soft girl era, it's optimal to choose a man who is a traditional masculine provider, protector, and whatnot, so he can give you space to allow you to be feminine. So soft girl era is wanting to live a soft feminine life as stay-at-home mom, or just be embody traditional femininity. And in dating terms, it means that you want to date someone who's traditionally masculine so you can continue being traditionally feminine. Great stuff, right? Everyone's happy, except that there's one issue. The men aren't as masculine as they used to be.
Men used to go to war. That's all I'll say.
I
Like, are you
know.
kidding me?
Maybe they should go again.
On a literal term, men's testosterone levels have actually been decreasing over the couple of years. And this probably has a lot to do with the amount of chemicals in the water that are making men weaker.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
But this video isn't about how the government is purposely systematically putting chemicals in the water so that men can be weaker and easier to control, so that they have to spend more money on healthcare and makes them easier to get sick, so that they are forced to spend more money. No. That's not what the video is about, though. However, you didn't come here for that. You came here for the soft guy era trend. So continuing on from what we were talking about, the soft girl era. Men are not menning, apparently. Men don't want to be masculine anymore. They don't want to be traditionally masculine. They don't want to provide and protect for their women anymore. They want 50-50 in everything now. They want 50-50 on bills, 50-50 on housework, and 50-50 on everything. There are men who refuse to be traditional, but demand that he dates a traditional woman, or will not date anyone but a traditional woman, despite not being traditional himself. Hypocrites. And then we have men who literally choose to do 50-50, not because they expect a traditional partner, but because it's easier for them, financially and stuff. Like, to be fair, there's like a general rule that a man should always pay on the first date. But in this economy, it's probably not smart to spend money on someone that you don't know that well anyway. Oh, back to the topic. Alright, I was talking about how men aren't masculine anymore, and how men don't want to provide for their women anymore, I see a lot of TikToks nowadays saying, oh, remember the old days when men used to be masculine, and they bring up photos from the 60s and the 50s? I mean, the 50s life looks appealing, but I don't think money was the only thing that the man was providing for his wife. He was providing beatings if she overcooked the fucking meatloaf. Ugh, I miss the days where men used to provide for women. As in, provide black eyes if she dared undercook the meatloaf. Back to the topic about how men don't want to be traditionally masculine anymore. They don't want to treat their women like princesses anymore. They just want a regular happy relationship, a 50-50, essentially. What happened to men? Why are they no longer wanting to cover all of the expenses for their lady's life? Why don't they want to financially provide for their woman?
When men are like, well, what do I get in return for paying for dinner? Baby boy, you get to be in her presence. If you want things, go date a man. You need to be dating a man. The problem with a lot of straight guys is they don't like women. I'm not attracted to women, but I think I like women more than a lot of these guys. There have been wars fought over women. There's countries where a man can't even be in the same room with a woman who he isn't related to. That's how powerful and strong and desirable and valuable femininity and womanhood is. And men in the West are like, well, what am I getting in return for holding the door open for you? You get to be around her. You do things for her to convince her that you're a protector, a provider, you're safe, and she spends time with you. And in return, you get to be around her. You want a provider? Date men. I can give you a lot of advice on that if you need that. You shouldn't be dating women. If you want things in return, if simply being around her isn't enough for you, you're dating the wrong woman or the wrong gender. That's it. This is ridiculous.
Shera says, I bring nothing to the table. Because I'm bringing myself, I am arriving to dinner. Men in ancient times built palaces for women. May all women find companions that wouldn't breathe if they can't be in her presence. I am the prize. You get to be in her presence. Oh, what do you get for breaking your fucking back and making sure you do everything right in the relationship? You get to be around her. Oh, before I even say anything about that video, we're gonna move on to the sassy man apocalypse. The sassy man apocalypse is defined as an outbreak of men wanting to live a soft life and be treated like a princess. You know, they're in their soft girl era or soft guy era. Basically, you know, men want to be treated like princesses, you know, in that sense, they want to be treated like women, right? They want to be receiving, they want to be given flowers, they want to be sent good morning texts, they want to be provided for financially, they want to be catered to. I don't think I have to define princess treatment, but it just basically means like giving extra love, extra attention, extra adoration, like love times 1,000. Like they're doing everything to make sure you're okay. They're catering to your every need. In some cases, they may be providing financially to you because that could be their love language. They're providing their love language to you. They may cook for you, or even just go as far as do everything for you, everything to make you happy. And this definition is like where your boyfriend treats you like a princess. He will send money and pay for nails, clothes, whatever. He will reply fast. He'll do anything you say. He'll make you his number one priority. Basically, it's the best way you can treat your girlfriend. In that video we just watched, he says things like, men used to go to wars over women, men used to die in wars over women, men used to fight over women, and they couldn't even be in the same room as a woman that they were not related to or they were not married to. And that's a good thing? I don't think men did those things because womanhood and femininity were powerful things, but they are great. Femininity and womanhood is great. It is powerful. But back then, they didn't even see women as people. Like, the only acceptable interaction between a man and a woman back then was if they were married or if they were related to. Women were man's property back then. Like, most of the value that they brought to the table back then was that they could reproduce, was their reproductive value, right? You know, the women and children first rule, it was because, well, children is understandable, but women is because they can carry babies, right? And so basically, they deemed a woman's life more valuable than a man based on the fact that she can reproduce. It's kind of unfortunate, but evolutionary-wise, men were seen as more disposable than women, simply because of reproductive value. Like, if you lost more men than women, if you had 1 man and 100 women, you could still make a future. But if you had 1 woman and 100 men, that'd less likely be any future, right? That's based on evolutionary and stuff. But we're modern now, okay? We're probably like the only animals that have being able to live a life beyond our natural evolutionary instincts. The way he was saying, yeah, men used to die in wars for women. Like, men used to go to war over women. Like, that was a good thing.
You done lost your damn mind.
War is bad, okay? War is very bad. Like, would you prefer a sassy man, like a man who wants to be treated like a princess? We'll get into that later. Or a man that will provide for you financially, but he will happily physically assault you at any given opportunity. In the video, he even says, oh, what do you do? What do you get in return for doing all this for her? You get to be in her presence.
I'm a golden goddess!
So men have to jump through hoops to prove that he's worthy today, and women just have to exist. I guess he has to just pray that she likes him for his personality, even though that's probably not likely. She'll probably like him because of how much he provides for her. Well, seeing that, why would you want to play that role anyway? If you're a man. I'm not speaking for all men, okay? But unless you really loved her, you know, when you find love, you will probably treat her or him well by default. It will just come naturally to you, okay? You know, there's like there should be a stage in dating in which you slowly get to know each other. But you're not going all in for them. You're supposed to meet in the middle, right? No one's chasing one another. The interest is supposed to be mutual. And that should stay the same in relationships. The affection, the love, the giving should not be one-sided, because that's what creates resentment in a relationship. When one partner feels like, they'll start to feel like they're not being appreciated. They'll start to feel like they're being used. They'll be like, do you love me for my personality or for my money or what I do for you, right? So basically, the only way for a man to be loved by a woman is to give, provide, and like break your back if you have to, and all she has to do is exist. So he has to just pray that she likes him for his personality. That sounds really appealing, especially in today's economy. Of the sassy man apocalypse, they're saying, oh yeah, you should date men. You saw the guy in the video, he said, go date men. You like, if you want things, go date a man, right? And I'm seeing this like in this trend. It's quite not that long ago, but it is pretty relevant. And it's just this trend of this audio saying, oh, why don't you reciprocate sometimes? Why can't you text me good morning first occasionally? Why can't you give me flowers, right? And the title will say, POV, you're trying to survive the sassy mandemic, or men want to be treated like princesses, or you're in a princess competition with men.
You act like I don't even exist. Like, why do I have to always text you first and call you first? Like, why can't you start any conversation? Like, do you even want me?
Like, imagine being called gay because you want to mutual effort in a relationship. It's one thing to want a traditional woman but refuse to play the role of being traditional. We've already covered that. They're called hypocrites. We're not talking about that. We're talking about men who just want reciprocation in a relationship, and they're called sassy? Oh, I'm sorry. You want to be appreciated and you want mutual efforts and reciprocation in a relationship? You want me to start putting in effort as much as you do? I bet you like to take it up the ass, don't you? Well, if he has to be gay to have a fulfilling relationship, that explains why the gay marriages have the lowest divorce rate. Imagine if you, as a man, the only way you can have a truly happy, fulfilling relationship where you appreciate each other, where you love each other, where you don't have to worry about whether you're being taken advantage of by each other, is if you are gay. Like, do you not realize that this implies that men are better partners? Like, I don't think you understand how, oh yeah, if you want things, go date a man. So a woman will give nothing. It will come naturally to him or her to treat them nicely, treat your partner extra nicely. It will come naturally if you really like each other, okay? I don't think making these demands is gonna make them want to treat you better. That's probably why the sassy man apocalypse is getting more and more popular. Which brings us to the last point of this video. Oh shit, I forgot to talk about Shera 7. Alright, before soft guy era, let's talk about Shera 7. Shera 7 is an internet personality who specializes in advising women how to get in relationships with rich men. You know, she wants to woo rich men. She's not a relationship advisor. She said it herself.
We're not going to sit here and pretend like I'm trying to teach women how to be the best type of wife. No, I'm not. In fact, if you watch this channel, you're probably not a good wife at all. I'm not here for ethics, morals, and values, and karma, and all. I'm not here for that. I'm here to get you this bag and to keep you that bag.
She's a self-proclaimed financial advisor, and she's been on the internet for a very long time. I don't even take any of her advice. Like, she is funny though, so I will give her that. But she's been on the internet for a very long time, and she's only rose in popularity very recently when, you know, during the sassy man apocalypse where men don't want to be traditionally masculine anymore. I wonder why. But now a lot of women are taking her advice, and you know, her typical catchphrase is sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. There are 7 and this guy, they would have a lot in common. They seemingly have the same set of beliefs. A lot of women do follow these, both of these personalities based on their advice and how, you know, the best thing a woman can give is her existence, and if men don't want to provide for you, they're gay. Oh, fuck. Like, I know you're calling men sassy for, you know, being a little bit paranoid, but it's like, I don't know. I think they just want to make sure that who they're investing in is the right investment, like the right person to invest in. Imagine being told that the only thing that you are worthy for is how much you can provide. Like, what did Chris Rock say?
Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides some.
To be fair, I don't think anyone is loved unconditionally. Like, you have to be some kind special to love anyone unconditionally, right? But I think why Chris Rock said that is because, like, a man's presence isn't enough to bring to the table in this day and age. He has to prove that he's worthy, and that's true in a lot of cultures. That sucks. Like, if you were to lose everything you had that made you dateable in the first place, they would be gone. You would have no one. Essentially, nobody loves you because of you, right? People only love you based on what you can provide. Which leads us to our final topic. The soft guy era is just basically the soft girl era, but guy version, right? So this guy named Scarface Mask has been doing these soft guy type videos, you know, where he kind of promotes well-being. But the joke is that he sounds like Shera 7, right? He makes unrealistic expectations, like if she makes less than 50k a year, that she should not be dating, right? She should pay all my bills. So it's kind of like the roles reversed.
What do you do if you have a woman, she's really sweet but broke, and you have a side chick that isn't broke? Don't get the broke woman pregnant. Don't get the broke dusty one pregnant.
And if you ask me, that's the correct way to do it. You can't let your woman sit here and work all these hours and then spend all her money on Fashion Nova and Shein. You know these women like to splurge, but you can't give them the opportunity to splurge, so you have to give them at least 20% of the check. And then after that, the money has to go to the bills, because how else would they be paid? See, a lot of women have a problem with this, but it's like, what? How is this a problem? Why do you think pimps exist? It ain't easy. These women don't know what they doing with their money. They like to buy crab legs and seafood every day. Crab royals. Bring the man the money home.
The comment section of his videos are so funny, because on one side you have men being satirical, like his viewers, like saying things like, oh, she doesn't deserve you, and the common catchphrase, drizzle drizzle,
drizzle drizzle.
And then on one side you have people completely taking it 100% seriously. Just so funny, because I believe that this guy is not even being serious. I think this guy is joking. I think this guy's joking, and a lot of people in the comments don't even realize it. I mean, even if he is joking, which I'm pretty sure he is in most of his videos, why can't men want to have a soft life, right? Why? I mean, soft life sounds good for everyone. And considering the fact that men die earlier than women, it's probably essential for men to live that soft life. You know, the life surrounded by loving, supportive people. Soft guy era, whatever you call it. I don't understand why anyone would want to have a hard life anyway. Soft life, good. Like, in the ideal relationship, both parties would be competing to show their love to each other. But that's my personal ideal relationship. Maybe a totalitarian society would be good for the both of us.
Nope.